Greetings, investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our scenario is The Pipeline, and this will be the second version. It was written by Alex Galat and Devay Brian Jackson. I am the Game Master, and this is Episode 2. Our recap will be done by Lucas Glashauer as his character, Harvey Thatcher. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Lucas?
Thank you, Tom. First, I believe I found Harvey's voice. It's going to be a little different than last week, so I was trying to correct it, which leads me into part 2. I apologize to all Canadians who may be watching this. And any Yoopers of Michigan, so, all right. Hey there, eh? My name's Harvey Louis Thatcher, Exxon Rep Public Relations Coordinator, Employee ID EX709-07. I'm recording my thoughts and experiences of this trip in my work dossier because I have no other paper or means in which to record this. I write this of sound mind and body as a will and testament in case I do not survive the trip. I don't have many earthly possessions, but what I do have can be mailed back to my mother in Ontario. Otherwise, me Burt Reynolds collection and me Smokey and the Bandit movies will go to me best bud and brother, Robert Thatcher, you betcha. All right, so now here's the story up to now, eh? October 23rd, 1985. Exxon Corp puts together an investigation of engineers, security folk, a man who knows how to live in the wild, and me, the rep for the company. Our brand spanking new pumping station, EBC31, to be exact, up there in British Columbia, went dark, and we have no idea what's in their heads up there. 10 days late to get its pipes a-pumping. So my superiors and I believe it's them damn terrorists called the North Wind, been up to no good up in them parts. They say they're ecologically friendly, but I say they're killers. We've had run-ins with the likes of them folk before, to be sure. And tied to them Indians what live up in them parts too, you betcha. The Tahltan tribe, to be on the nose there. Suspects in organizing and feeding the North Wind's terror ops. So that must be dealt with okie dokie like. The men and women with me, well, only men now, are set to take care of me and each other while I put a wink and a shine on this ugly story for the public. But in case there needs to be actual data needing apprehending these bastards, this is our proof in writing. October the 27th, 1985. With a crew of 13, including the pilot and co-pilot, we flew up from Vancouver on a little twin otter ski plane at 6 in the a.m. Final destination was expected to be Telegraph Creek. A little after 10 that same morning, and hopping aboard a snowcat for the big hike up to the service road would take us right to the pumping station, to be sure. But that didn't happen though, eh? So we all meet on the plane. Well, I keep to myself, but I meet a man who likes the outdoor stuff. He went by the name of Joseph. He was all right for being down low country folk, you know. But the rest I thought were maybe hosers, so I keep away from them. Smoke and whiskey were passed, and eventually we all took a little dozy. Don't know how we all did, but we did. Maybe we have a narc on board from the North Wind. Ran some sleeping agent through the system, the air system maybe. Doesn't really matter because by the time we all hit 40 winks, next thing we knew, something's hitting our plane. We crash dive and landed in the trees, and we all begin to wake up. Ass over tea kettles, eh? Still locked in our seatbelts. Most dead, with the back half of the plane over a rocky embankment. Pilot seat ripped away, and me and the 4 surviving men dangling like bear bait in the fuselage. So we managed to unhook and dive out at the front of the plane just before she takes the tipper backwards over the ledge. We managed to regain our composure, make our way down the ledge, and reclaim most of our gear. Cigars and dossier in check. But some damn devilbird grabbed my satellite phone. We got nothing for communications now. The pilot and co-pilot are missing. Trout, Jacobson, Pullman, Dietz, Salt, and Kramer, all KIA. We had to leave their bodies though. We can't afford to freeze just to bury them. Snow's deep here, but the fuselage serves a better coffin it does. Our only hope is the pipeline. Thank goodness we found it and we can follow it to the station. The only problem is getting there. But of course the team that I have seems to be of confident low folk. That mechanic DJ, he seemed to be okay, but he seemed to hate my type. I don't blame him. Until you live the high life, you don't know how low you actually are, eh? Well, Then two security boys is okay, too. Benjamin seems a straight shooter and wants to help my bulk across the river. The other one, Steven, he's some crazy Brit that doesn't seem to be taking a liking to me. What the hell is he doing this far over the pond anyway? Anyway, I anchor them chaps over the river and then they haul me over afterwards. But that crazy Brit, well, I thought he was, but maybe he's not. He says he saw some large bear or some wolf, maybe two of them, up across the side behind us, trying to put a scare in us. Well, all I'm thinking is maybe it's the Wendigo, Indian folklore monster. Well, you think that's funny, but just wait, maybe it's not. Regardless, we figure we got a few miles along the pipeline before we have to make camp. We do, make an igloo-style housing along the pipe, build a nice fire, and I go to sleep as well as we all should. My hands are so cold and I'm so thirsty, no matter how much snow I've eaten. I'm so tired and all I can think about is my cigar supply is low and I may never get to see Burt Reynolds and Sally Field's on-screen romance again. But then I have a dream of this terrible monster thing. Not the Wendigo, like my mind imagined it to be. It's a gargantuan monstrosity, larger than the mountains, with glowing red eyes. I wake up screaming. That's right, screaming. I ain't never done that before, to be sure. And then I goes outside and the whole sky is red, like that creature's eyes. And they're all asking me what's wrong, and I can't explain. And then to top that off, we all begin to hear the howling, different pitches, different voices, so many of them. They don't sound like wolves, but what else could they be? Finally, we all managed to settle in, and I can't sleep anymore, so I take a watch with the Brits 30-08, which nice of them. Gained another point in the dossier, as I'm keeping track who does what. Maybe to keep my sanity, I don't know. But October the 28th, 1985. Finally, I end this with the craziest thing. And I swear on me mother and on Burt Reynolds both that I'm not making this shit up. Not about this. But it's the next day, we find up ahead on the pipeline. On the pipeline. It's our pilot, tied to the pipe with his own guts. His guts. Yes, it's true. I was in disbelief over a plane crashing. Surviving it was surreal. I was upset with the river and frightened by the monster in my dreams. The red sky added to my anxiety and the howls were bone-jarring. But this act of such nonsensical horror, what person or people or thing could do this? Are the Indian legends real? Just crazy stories? I don't know, and I don't want to know. I know not a bit. I just want my protein and my double and out of here. Just have to make it to the pumping station and we'll be all right. Just have to hold on till then.
Outstanding. That was really good. All right. So you were all standing in front of the pipeline with the body of the pilot lashed to it with his own intestines. DJ, I believe you've fallen backwards into the snow. You are temporarily lost. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just walking up like surprised. I was like, holy shit.
I'm basically checking up on DJ, trying to make sure he's not like facing towards the thing, and I'm trying to calm him down and just seeing he's going kind of catatonic. Come on, lad, wake up.
No.
Snap out of it.
No.
I'm looking for footprints. It's got to be people. Somebody, these terrorists have found the body and are trying to make some sort of sign out of him, but I want to see the footprints and see what direction they went in.
All right. Do a spot hidden.
No, I failed it. Got 65 over 40.
Okay. You've already tramped around kind of in horror as you've seen this. The ground is uneven here. You can't really make anything out. The body is lashed to the pipe, and there seems to be some sort of writing in blood that has been written in large letters on the pipeline here, but you don't recognize the characters.
Okay. All right. But it's people then. If it's writing, it's people. This wasn't the animals from last night.
Yeah, no animals can do that kind of crazy stuff. Maybe it's just terrorists in North Wind.
Yeah. I think they're trying to
Told
send
you.
us a sign. But
Told
we're
you.
going to have, we got to watch our backs going any closer to the pumping station than if they're out here. They can't be that far away if they just did this. I mean, this is just since yesterday.
Sure. This is like overnight. I most definitely say we need to stay tight in our formation. We go to the pipe. And if anyone has to split off, you don't go by yourself. You got to have someone with you.
I just don't like the idea that they got the pilots, dragged him all the way over here to hang him up in a day.
He's also a good 10 feet off the ground, so...
Someone had to hold his ass up there. It's
Someone got a bloody snowmobile or what?
No tracks.
You don't see any tracks for a snowmobile.
I don't know. I don't think it's worth dwelling over, though. I just think we need to keep moving. And we need to quit just staring at this and move on.
Oh,
I don't think we need to dwell on this.
we can't leave him up there. We gotta cut him down.
You got a ladder?
No.
If any of us go up there and then get hurt, it's going to be even harder to get out of here.
I can guarantee that thing's bloody covered in ice.
Can't let a flyover see this, though. Shit. We
Come on,
can't just
DJ,
leave it.
let's get up. Come on, man.
We can't just. What if they have a flyover or something? Someone will see this. We can't let it be seen.
Well, we're gonna get back soon. We're gonna get back soon, Harvey, and then we can.
we're gonna call for help, and we're gonna call for like someone to come out here and take care of this.
No,
you got more people. They're gonna have to come out for that cleanup crew, right? Take care of everybody else back on the cliff.
Yeah.
Maybe
you ask them to take care of this first. Yeah.
I think it's best to probably just keep on, as you said, marching on and get to the pipe.
Come on, someone help me
Or
out.
pumping station.
It's not getting up.
I'll give you a hand, man. I'll give you a hand, Cross. Come on, DJ.
So we don't know what the writing is.
Mm-mm. It's very strange. Doesn't seem to have... I mean, you can do an intelligence roll. If you have a cult, you could do an occult roll.
I would do an intelligence if you allow it.
All right.
Also with a penalty die.
I have very high intelligence, but I am not in the mental state.
You're not in your mental state. Everybody else do a spot hidden roll.
I got a 93 out of 90. That's my worst roll. Can I spend 3 luck to make it?
Sure.
We got a 48 out of 65 normal.
I got a hard success with a 13 that time.
Got an 83 out of 65 for me.
Okay. So Harvey, maybe when you were younger, you kind of were searching for religion as you went along.
Makes sense.
And you looked in a lot of books, things that you got, B. Dalton bookstore and stuff like that. And you heard that there were languages that were ancient and alien that nobody had ever been able to figure out. You've probably, at Exxon, you've probably run across a lot of international documents, and this lettering doesn't look anything like that. It doesn't look like Asian, Chinese, Japanese. It doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like Russian or Greek or anything. It's odd slashes and scratches and curves.
Okay.
But it's something, it reminds you of witchcraft.
Oh, awesome. If I'm going to try to, I know we can't stay. He's going to try to take just a quick second to scratch copy a couple in his notebook.
Okay.
just for later. But once they start hauling DJ up and going, he'll catch up.
Those of you who passed your spot hidden, at what level did you get?
I got regular.
I got a hard.
Regular, hard? You get the distinct feeling that something is watching you. Something from the tree line. Now, at this place where you are right now, the tree line is about 500 feet away.
Is it a dense tree line, or is it just kind of like thin pine trees?
It starts as thin, but it gets fairly thick.
Okay, so it's hard to see back into it.
Right.
Oh.
And there's a distance now between you and the tree line that makes it's a black wall or a dark green wall, and you realize that any number of things could be right in there staring at you. You get a very, very strong feeling like something's watching you.
Okay. I'm going to take a shot that way with my pistol. I'm just going to pull it out and shoot in that direction.
Okay. There was an old lady who was taking out her laundry and
Oh, no.
shot her in the head. No. All right. You just take a shot in that direction. All right. Roll a luck roll.
That'd scare the crap out of all the rest of us, right?
Oh, yeah. I bet it does scare you all.
Oh, no. I'm like writing in my notebook, like, oh, shit.
I got a regular 35.
Luck?
Yep.
All right. Your gunshot rings out. You can hear it bounce against the distant hills and echo back to you, and it echoes a few times. And there's almost an expectant, like, is something going to happen? And then from way off in the trees, for just a moment, you see something up in the air, and you realize that a rock, maybe 2 feet across, has been chucked in your direction, and it's heading right for you guys. But because you see it, you have the time to say, get the hell out of the way, as this rock comes and slams down in the snow and rolls forward to within a few feet of the pipeline.
How big is the rock? Is it like
2 feet across?
Holy shit!
Oh, what are you doing?
What?
What's going on?
I didn't even see it come because as soon as
Right,
I had
I'm
the
going
gun, I
to-
buried myself
Move!
in-
Everybody move now!
Quit shooting your gun. Quit.
Yeah, don't shoot again, Benjamin. Did you see something?
I just heard something in that direction. I just thought it was like a freaking like deer or something. I was just
Well,
trying to scare it off.
You just gave away our location, and that was probably those damn natives up there, or these, these extremists. You just told them exactly where we're at. We need to get the hell out of here.
I'm going back to my theory that they do have trebuchets.
That is what hit our plane. That is what hit our plane right there.
Come on, let's keep going.
All right. I'm
on,
gonna
lad.
grab DJ. Let's go, Steve.
I'm still like.
DJ, you're probably coming out of it.
I am slowly.
All right. You guys move as quickly as you can. You're still held back a bit by Harvey. Harvey just can't plow through the snow that fast. You also begin to notice that there are clouds all around you that are slowly building up. And after another half an hour or so plowing forward, the clouds have moved in and little flurries of snow are starting to fall. And the temperature is getting pretty low. I'm sorry, what was that, Harvey?
I was going to say, was it sunny before? Was it a nice day?
It wasn't particularly a nice day, but it wasn't really cloudy. It's kind of gray.
Great.
Harvey, if we start getting snowed in, are we going to be able to see this pump station? Does this pipe run right to the pump station, or can we walk right past it?
The pipe goes right through the middle of the pump station. There's a pump attached
so
to
we
it.
will not miss it. Okay.
Will not miss it.
I do not want us to get snowblind. We're gonna have to follow this pipe if our visibility's cut down.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
gonna be our only guide.
We don't stray from it unless we absolutely have to.
You guys still have those canteens? I know you had a little bit of nip in them.
Yeah.
It might be a good idea for us to fill those up with water and someone to, and you guys keep them in your jackets so they don't freeze. We need to keep hydrated. We need to keep hydrated.
Okay.
Breaks my heart, but here we go.
Yeah, I will also drip mine out.
Oh, man. All the booze is gone? Is that what just happened?
Yep.
There goes our sanity.
And then once we get some water or some, I can go over and fill it up and put it in my coat pocket next to my chest.
Keep eating as you go, too. We're not going to take meal stops. Just keep eating as we walk.
Not after being shot at by a fucking catapult, I'm not. Not
I
going
don't
to
even
stop
know.
and eat.
All right. The snow continues to fall, and it does become almost a whiteout. You're able to see only about 50 feet ahead of you, and it's mostly white. You can see the pipeline. You keep that directly on your left, and the ground is fairly flat. Like you figured, there was probably tractors that came in here when they were working on it. Maintenance vehicles probably maintain this road, but now the snow is just getting thicker.
Oh fuck!
Jeez, we just gotta keep going.
We gotta keep going.
It's getting hard to see.
How far do we have, you figure, to go yet?
You still probably have about 6 miles, 7 miles, and you're getting very slower. You're only doing about probably less than a mile an hour now.
Cold.
And you're cold.
There's nothing for it but to keep going.
We gotta keep going.
It's getting real.
We gotta go.
Can't light up in this. Crap.
It's going to get darker quicker because of that, too. We may need to spend another night out here.
I got a lamp.
You got a lamp?
Yeah,
Oh,
I brought one.
Like an electric lamp or it's not a kerosene lamp, no?
Yeah, it was kerosene.
Okay. You got juice for it?
Yeah.
Good. So if we have to break camp in the dark, we got something to light it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, it wasn't touched whenever we had that crazy ass crash.
It's a
Oh,
miracle.
thank God for that.
Well, we don't want to sleep out here if we don't have to. Can we make it? I mean, we don't want to freeze either, but
Well, if it's not snowing too bad, maybe it can light the way. We can keep moving. We're going to get exhausted though.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm kind of with you. I don't know that I want to spend another night under a red sky.
Jeez, no. It was pretty nuts last night.
Another
endless delight. Call bullshit on that.
Come on.
So another hour of marching, the monotony, the cold, the discomfort, the fact that your pants are probably wet now from having snow almost up to your junk. You begin hearing once again that howling in the distance.
Shit, you guys hear that?
How can you not?
It sounds.
I'm avid. Go ahead.
Some of it sounds like it's coming from behind you, and some of it seems to be coming from your right side towards the forest off in the distance. There's a couple of times, too, that you think that you hear what sounds like those howls engaged in some sort of horrible violence. They don't sound like they're just calls, like, the way wolves sound like they're singing. These things sound like they're fighting off in the distance.
Jeez, hate to be what's over there.
So the north wind maybe throwing rocks at us and have these beasts. Maybe they're fighting with these beasts. I don't know. Are these beasts? That's crazy.
That could be some sort of code. Is it code?
Maybe
These
like
people are-
back in the day when they used to like, whistle out like, signs and stuff. Maybe that's their like call signs. They're calling out to each other like what's going on and
You
keeping
think
eyes on us.
person made that noise?
Well, I mean, I'm an avid hunter. I've never heard anything like that before.
I hunted in bloody Kenya. I've heard nothing like this.
That's why I think it's people. I think it's people making the noise.
Everybody do listen rules.
Need to move, guys.
Fail.
I am not doing well right now. 71 out of 50.
Fail.
03 of that is an extreme.
You all failed except for DJ. All right, DJ. They're busy pushing their way through. You're pushing along with them, but you think you hear something. You think at first, is that drumming? Is there drumming? Is somebody drumming? Is there drumming? And why is it getting louder? Why is it boom, 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 boom? And because you got an extreme, all of a sudden you realize it's not drumming. There is something coming towards us, like it's big and it's running in the snow.
Guys, we need to go now.
What,
Someone's
DJ?
coming.
What?
Where?
What are you talking
thought
about?
it was
For where?
We're
Weird
trying to
sound.
get out of here.
There's someone
It seems to
Running
be
for us.
coming from kind of behind you and to the side.
from that way. We need to
Now
go.
that he's pointed it out, you guys, at first you don't hear it, but then you do hear it. You hear, it sounds like
It's big.
something big running towards you.
How far
Like-
away are we from the next concrete base? Off the pipe.
Well, they're like every 20 feet, so
Does it sound bipedal or quadruped?
it sounds
Let me check.
bipedal. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh
boom,
crap!
Boom, boom.
How I think I was just like,
And
Yeah.
it's whiteout conditions, so you can't see anything.
and we don't have anywhere to go.
We've got some sort of machine. We need to hide.
We just need to
Dodgy move.
Get behind the concrete.
Machine.
wait
Under the
listen.
pipe.
Okay.
Under the pipe? All right.
and use
know,
the
go-
snow.
Okay, now that you're thinking about it, now that you're listening, you think there's two of them, or maybe it's quadruped. But suddenly, coming out of the whiteness is a huge brown shape, and you realize that it is a fucking grizzly bear,
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Oh.
and it is running sort of towards you, and it is growling loud.
Shit. I'm going to take a shot at it.
Wait, no, wait till wait. I just say wait, but if they do, they do. You
Grizzlies
just
don't
kinda-
play. Shoot.
Shoot.
All right, Benjamin, you're shooting.
Yeah.
And what are you shooting?
shooting.
Shotgun.
All right.
30-06.
Oh, and you're shooting a 30 at 6.
I got a 3.
Oh, very nice. So
And I
as
got-
this thing
regular
comes
success.
out of the things and it sees you, it rears up and you fire almost point blank into its chest. Okay. Do your damage, which since you got an
It's
extreme,
it's 2d6.
yeah, 2d6. What is it? It's a 20 gauge?
Yeah, 20 gauge.
Okay, yeah, 2d6. And then Stephen, you also fired.
I did, and I got a regular success with it.
I got a
Okay.
7.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Which is 2d6 plus 4. Oh, I did 8.
Oh, that's enough. You shoot it in the chest. You shoot it in the head. You blow off half of its jaw. It falls to the ground and just pull like this,
What the fuck?
right almost at your feet.
Nice shot, Cross.
God. Eject the empty case. Put a new bullet in the chamber. Safety
Actually-
on.
That might not have been coming for us.
I just had my wrench up. I wasn't gonna use it, but I had it up.
What do you guys do?
I'm going to check it out. Like,
Maybe that wasn't coming for us. Was it coming for us? I don't know if it's coming for us.
Benjamin,
Wait.
do a spot hidden.
Holy,
I didn't get it.
holy shit.
85 out of 65.
Okay. What you do notice is that the animal is bloody, not just from what you guys have done to it, but it's got streaks of blood in its fur and on its face, what's left of it. And it looks like it might have actually been injured by something.
I guess I will also
Jesus.
go over and take a look at it.
All right. I think without even a spot hidden now, when you look at it, you realize that there are 4 large knife-like gash marks down the side of this bear, almost cutting through to its innards.
How?
Oh,
Joel.
wow. Did y'all see this?
It is disgusting.
Whoever made that call that it's running from something, it was running from something.
You can all do sanity rolls.
Holy shit.
I can't afford to do a sanity roll, Tom.
Fail.
I can't either.
Fail.
I failed.
Barely
I got
passed.
89.
5.
I failed.
95.
Okay.
Got 35 out of 39.
If you failed, do just 1d3. Yeah, that seems fair.
2 for me.
I got a 3 and I'm at 20%.
3.
I'm over 20% now, if that matters, Tom.
Okay. I might text you something.
Wait, so me and Harvey are both at 20%.
Oh, no.
I knew it was going to happen. I only needed 1, and I...
I needed 2.
What'd you get?
I got 3. So.
Oh. All right, buddy.
You can both share a padded cell.
Fuck.
So you're
Anyway.
standing there over this bear. The bear is quite fat. Aside from the fact that it's also been attacked by something very large.
It was well fed. It had no reason to go after us.
Well, it was also should probably be hibernating this time of year.
Also true.
Is there any type of fur we should take for warmth or meat to eat? Is there time for that? Is it a good idea?
It'll
There is
take
a
too
lot of
long.
fur and meat.
At this point,
It's gonna-
at this
it's gonna
point, I don't think so.
It'll take too
Yeah.
long to do this.
Even just a little bit? All right. Nice.
Field dressing this bear is going to take a long while, even if you're wanting just a little bit of meat off of it.
Can we
Too much
Yeah.
time that's going to have us sitting here in this whiteout.
just keep going so we can get out of this place? This
Let's
snow?
get going as far as we can.
There's
Yeah.
got to be enough. There's got to be the only other thing out there is another bear. There's got to be another bear out there.
Whatever's flinging the
Makes
rocks.
sense.
There
Well-
was
This is a fuck.
there was those 2 white bears I saw earlier.
Wait, that's right. What?
Tom, do these actually look like claw marks and not like weapon marks? Like this thing wasn't cut up by like people torturing it, right?
There are 3 side-by-side slash marks, fairly equally spaced.
Okay.
Make of it what you will.
People. Sure.
This bear also is brown, by the way.
It's a brown bear.
Yeah, I mean, it's a grizzly, yeah.
That's
It's not inconceivable that a polar bear came this far south, and a polar bear could have done this.
If there's polar bears that are extremely aggressive, I suggest we move.
I'm not sure there's any other kind of polar bear. Yeah, we should move.
Yeah. Need to put as much distance between us and whatever messed this thing up before we got to it.
Okay.
We find this
I'm
carcass,
gonna
we
clap.
down and eat it.
Let's just go.
I could clap DJ on the shoulder. I'm like, good ears, keep them opened. Hey,
Yeah.
All right.
I'll try.
it's okay. Hold on to your wrench. Hold on to your wrench.
And great shooting. Great shooting.
Wait. Didn't we say there was like something else falling behind it, or like two sounds and noises?
It was running on all 4 of its feet.
Oh, okay.
It's my lucky.
You couldn't hear that until it got close enough. All right. The afternoon wears on. You continue to push forward. You can see maybe, well, you can't see very far, so you don't know, you don't really have any topographical information as to where you are. But you can see that the light is starting to go in the sky. That sort of grayish white is very quickly turning to darkish gray. And you are still following the pipeline. You are still quite away from the tree line. And you are at the moment fully exposed to the weather.
Have we been moving slower since the encounter with the bear?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are freaking exhausted.
I think we may need to use the rest of our light here to start digging and gather some wood so we can get a fire going too. Once we have a fire going, we'll at least have 2 sources of light, and then we can use the lantern to keep getting more wood. And then maybe we can get a chance to dry out that way too.
As much as I hate to say we need to stop, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting freaking unbearable.
I mean, maybe best case is we all, try to just get some rest and see if we got our legs back under us and dry out from the fire, then plug ahead some more tonight. If the skies open up and we get a clear night, we might be able to just keep walking and get the hell out of here.
Everyone do spot hiddens as you're sort of figuring out how you're going to make it.
Nope.
I got mine.
Crying out loud, my
30
guy,
out of 65.
Nope.
My guy's
Guys are not with me.
skill is spot hidden, and I've been failing it every time tonight.
No. Did anybody pass?
Regular success, 37 under 40.
Okay.
30 out of 65.
Benjamin, you and Joseph, as you're sort of doing, you can see that there is a ridge or a cliff of rock that looks like it's just maybe 100 feet away on the opposite side of the pipeline. You can see it underneath the pipeline as you're looking. It doesn't give you enough to figure out where you are, but it might provide more shelter than just being out in the open.
We have to cross the river again?
No. No, the river is to your right. This is to your left.
You see that, Benjamin? Oh, not Benjamin. See it, Joseph?
I do, Ben. I think that may be a good idea for us, especially if the snow comes in heavy.
Yeah,
And
we can have that. I would say we can have that to our backs too, so we just stay forward, see what's coming.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of cover and maybe something to contain the wind and keep the heat in a bit, if that's what it'll give us.
All right. Go talk to the others.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? Just seeing if we can dry out, eat some food, rest for a bit, then maybe keep going if the night is clear?
Yeah.
Or does everybody feel like it's time to sleep? I mean,
I need to get my strength back.
Sleep is all I'm going to do.
Well, then that's it. We need to get wood so we can bed down.
Let's do that.
That's probably the right spot over there.
Now, the wood is going to be about 500 feet. You're going to have to go back where the wood is. There's nothing out here.
It's 500 feet. Let's go ahead and get over there, drop the gear, and then if a couple of us could go split up with guns and then take the sled and get some wood. But someone stay at camp with guns, someone go out with gun. I don't have a gun. I lost mine in the plane.
Cross, you want to go? You want me to go?
Let me actually paint a clearer picture. You're standing with the pipeline on your left, okay? The tree line is 500 feet to your right, as is the river. It's over there. And then on the other side of the pipeline, you can see this ridge about 100 feet away, and there's a tree line there as well. It's not as far away.
Oh, so it's a little closer once we get over there.
It's a little closer on that side, yeah.
Okay.
The access road is on this side of the pipeline.
That seems reasonable. As we're trekking through there, though, I want to make sure I've got my branches out, just so I'm checking depth, and we're not going to just fall into a creek or something out here.
Right. That seems reasonable. With that kind of precaution, you make it to the cliff fairly easily. The cliff is about 30 feet high. It does overhang a little, and so you are able to sort of cubby up next to it, and there's less snow right there. You're getting a little bit of protection. With any additional protection you might want to create or build, you can add to that.
Would someone like to build snow walls like we had last night, or something to build a snow barrier while the rest of us gather wood?
Yeah, I will. I'm probably the best suited for doing it.
I'll help you.
All right.
I'm not leaving.
Everyone do luck rolls.
Don't worry, Harvey. I have my wrench. It's called Bertha. Don't worry.
All right. Perfect. I got my 22.
60.
I got an '03.
Got a 27.
Got a 24. Was it luck roll?
Yeah, luck roll.
Yeah.
It sounds like Stephen found an old tree that could provide quite a bit of wood. That's not completely buried in the snow. So.
So not entirely wet.
Did everybody else get? Did anybody else get an extreme?
Just a hard, not extreme.
Okay. Hard when you find a couple of trees that have been knocked over by the snow. So you have a lot of branches that you could sort of build maybe a shelter out of, or if you wanted to.
Anything good in there that's dry to rip more kindling out of them?
You could probably get some of that, but these are a little greener. But you could make a lean-to or something like that.
Good. Some more of a barrier. Good. Yeah, I'll definitely drag that back.
All right.
Ask for help if it's too heavy, but yeah.
It takes you a good hour and a half or so to put all this together. But by the end of it, you've got yourself a fairly tiny little shelter. You guys can climb in there all together and conserve body warmth. And what do you have to start a fire?
I've got flint and tinder set. Okay. Yeah.
Lighter.
He's got a lighter. You have very little difficulty getting a fire started. How is your fire arranged? Is it next to the wall? Is it with you on one side and the wall on the other, or?
I would have suggested putting it close to the wall to act as partial wind barrier. As long as that wall was, it's rock. We're not talking about.
It's rock.
Right. That's like ice.
Right, it's rock.
And then for us to be around either side of it, and hopefully, even though we build a barrier, we can still see out, so we can see if another damn bear's coming.
Right. All right. So you guys are gathered in the camp. You probably eat some of your food, what you have, and you find that you're all really, really exhausted. And the storm finally lets up. You notice that the snow has stopped, becomes lighter, and then it stops, but it's left a lot of snow in its wake. You have no bearing for where you are, but you can still see the pipeline. It's just right over there. And we'll say that it's now about 7 p.m. and the sky is pretty much dark. You can see the stars coming out. What do you guys do? And you can just say sleep.
Yes.
Sleep.
DJ will be sleeping.
Sleep, but I would, of course, suggest that we take watches.
I'll take the first watch again.
I do have binoculars. Whoever's on watch can borrow them.
I got some too.
I'll stay with first watch too. And if I could borrow someone's, ideally a rifle, but I could handle a firearm or a handgun also.
Go ahead.
I'll give you my Beretta
Okay.
M9.
Okay.
Right.
It's better than 22.
So those of you who stay awake, once again, somewhere between 7:30 and 8, the aurora borealis begin, and you start to see greens and blues at first, and then they begin to turn redder and redder, and finally, once again, the entire sky is ablaze with red.
Crazy skies again, man.
Those of you who are asleep, do a Constitution roll.
Yeah, hard success.
I just made mine 70 out of 70.
No, I did not make it.
Okay. And Fred?
I was awake.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
awake. Okay.
Yeah.
DJ and Steven, you both
Nice.
manage to get a decent amount of sleep. So when you wake up, you're not going to have a level of exhaustion. Harvey, on the other hand, you have gained nothing back. You are still at 2 levels of exhaustion.
Oh, dang it.
when you
Okay,
wake
so
up in the morning.
so just to clarify, I lose my level of exhaustion. Yeah.
Did
so I
you
had
did you
one
have
level.
did you have 1 level? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you go back to normal then. With a decent night's sleep.
Okay.
All right. And then at some point, Benjamin and Joseph, you are going to go to bed, and is somebody else going to watch?
Steven will.
Okay.
With DJ.
PJ, I'll give you my shotgun.
Not me. I stay sleeping
Okay.
all night long, I think.
Well, then what I'll do is, do the same for you guys. Benjamin and Joseph, roll your Constitution.
I got a 26 out of
Well, again, if you want.
65.
47 under 65.
All right. So you guys managed to get a decent amount of sleep. Harvey, I'm going to give you since you didn't take a watch, I'll give you a second roll of Constitution.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Get anything back.
These
Hey,
dice, I
you
have to go
can't
trade.
Hey, Steven, how do you use a shotgun?
No. I fail.
You failed. Did you critically fail?
No, 65 over 50.
All right. You just seem disturbed. You can't get to sleep. It's cold. It's uncomfortable. You're laying on the ground. It's just your soft bed, and you toss and turn all night, and you never get a really good, decent amount of sleep. I think, though, that I will take 1 level of exhaustion off, so that you're just at level 1 instead of level 2.
All right. I will do it, and thank you, even though he's probably got huge bags under his eyes now.
Right.
Poor guy.
So the next morning comes. The light starts to fill the sky. It's very, very cold, but you've managed to preserve some heat inside. You've kept the fire going, and the sky is gray. It's overcast, but it's not snowing at the moment. The wind is kind of chilly, though. You can feel the chill wind blowing on you. All right, so let's say it's 8 a.m. You guys are pulling yourselves together. You're all hungry.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. I can take a steak right now, man.
Hey,
Don't we
Benjamin,
all?
here's your shotgun back.
Thanks.
He had to ask me how to use it.
Just
Where are we?
aim the barrel and pull the trigger.
I know how. I know how to
Not
fire
really.
a
You have to
pistol,
know what the
but
safety is, turn the safety off, but
with
good lord.
handguns, I'm fine with. Handguns, I'm fine. Shotguns, never fired one.
Well, same concept, just a large instrument.
Gotta hold it on your shoulder and take your aim. Don't ever put it underneath, and do not. When you ever aim at, make sure you have what you aim to shoot.
Maybe I'll just stick to my wrench.
So at the moment, Lucas is the only one with 1 level of exhaustion, which is good.
You mentioned we were hungry, Tom.
Yeah.
We had rations when we started out, but I didn't get a real clear idea as to how much we totally had.
Yeah. I had MREs, but
Not a
It's
tremendous
a couple
amount.
days.
Yeah.
Probably 3.
MREs are not very satisfying either. So
Sure.
Really, all they ever serve is just to fill you up for the little time that you're eating.
and Harvey's been eating a lot of them.
I can see that he would.
All right. Your day's trek begins. You get back to the You get back to the pipeline, and it takes you a minute to orient yourselves. You realize you don't want to start walking back in the other direction accidentally. But
Oh, please no.
you realize that where you are. So for the next 2 hours, you're walking, and you're coming to the top of a hill. As you crest the top of the hill and you look down into the valley, the pipeline, it veers off to your left, and it stays down in the valley, and it slowly curves around in the distance. You've got a pretty good view this morning. It's not whiteout conditions. You can see that it curves way around the hill, and that it comes out, and way off in the distance, maybe 2.5 miles or so, you're pretty sure that's the pumping station. Okay. But it's 2.5 miles the way the crow flies. If you were to go from here straight through the forest, it would probably be about 2.5 miles. If you follow the pipeline all the way around, it's going to be probably about 4 miles to get to it.
God.
Pipeline.
Oh, fuck.
You have a plan?
I
I-
vote.
What's your vote?
What's your vote?
What is it?
Pipeline.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Harvey.
But look at that. It looks like, we're going to take more time going around than just going straight through.
You'll take 2.5 more hours probably.
Yeah.
doing that.
Well, knowing that you've got a concrete pylon every 20 feet in the total whiteout is going to be a lot more reassuring than not being able to see any mountain peaks when you're down there in that valley or and snowed in, and not being able to see through the trees and triangulate off of any of these cliffs or high points. We could be walking around down. We could walk around in circles down there if we get really heavy snow.
I don't know. I'm sticking with Mr. Weingold. So far, he's not steered us wrong.
Yeah. All right.
It will take longer, but once we're there. There's going to be people, warmth, food. It'd be worth just being safe for that little while longer.
Exactly.
My opinion.
That's great thinking. Keep it positive. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, positive. Yeah.
All right. So you've chosen to follow the pipeline. All right.
Poor Zeke has that devious grin on his face.
All right. So you start down, and as soon as you get down to the bottom of the hill and you're following the pipeline, you can no longer see the pumping station. But you know that it's there. You know that it's a few miles ahead of you, and you'll definitely get there today. It's not going to take you that long to get there. 4 hours at least. About 2 hours into your march, you all start to get a very strong feeling that something is watching you. And it's watching you from the right-hand side. It's watching you from the forest that you would have crossed through.
I don't like this feeling.
It looms over your consciousness in that direction. It's oppressive. It's like something is staring at you. Everybody do spot hiddens.
Fail.
Let's pass it for once.
I failed.
Nope, I'm going to
70
continue
out
my
of 65.
of failing my best score of 80 out of 65.
I fail.
So nobody
70 out of
passed?
65.
Okay, nobody passed.
Dead.
You
Everyone's
just have this horrible feeling.
I honestly feel like we should be on the right side of the pipeline instead of the left anymore, gentlemen.
I'm
All right.
okay with that.
You walk on for another mile. Now you kind of imagine that you're probably about a mile away from the pumping station. And you can see on the edge of the forest, there's something there, and it looks like maybe some tents or some like some sort of camp set up. You can see blue tarps. You can see some green canvas. You can see a lot of bits of red and various colors as you're coming towards it, and you can see that it, in fact, as you're coming closer.
Before we get too close, I want to stop because
Okay.
yeah, I mean this is going to make me really nervous. Harvey, is this your is this your cruise? You guys, did you have somebody out working on the pipeline? Maybe is this a camp or something?
It doesn't look like an industrial camp.
All right,
I'm pulling up binoculars and taking a look.
these
All
could
right.
be your. Yeah.
Stephen, do a luck roll, or do a spot hidden roll.
It could be people from the pipeline station, but why would they be down here? I don't know. I'm just a PR guy, all right?
I got a hard success on my spot hidden finally.
Okay. So as you're looking through it, you're seeing some tents. They look to be in disarray. There's bits of cloth here and there. There's you think there's bits of like red canvas here and there. And as you're looking, you can see between two trees, there is a canvas sign that has been strung up. It's ripped and torn, but you can see in big yellow letters on it, it says Earth First.
Oh, bloody hell.
Well, what'd you see, Cross?
It says Earth First, bastard.
But you don't see any sign of people.
Earth.
No people. The place is in all sorts of mess, but
You want to go run down there and look?
So is this supposed to be like the North Wind, maybe, we think this is?
that's what
Yeah,
I think.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
Earth First, you all know what Earth First is. They're not an eco terrorist group. They're just
Environmentalists.
They
Oh,
protest.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peaceful protests in the pipeline.
Yes,
Until
but it's still these
People.
Earth First bastards, and I don't see anybody there, but their camp's all in shambles, it looks like.
You're
Well, we
going
can
to
probably
have
run
to.
down there
You're
and
going,
see.
you're going to have
Okay.
to pass by it anyways as you go.
oh, okay.
You'll be within
Should we
20
have
or
a
30
look?
feet of it.
At this point, it don't matter if they're good, bad, or whatever. If they're people, or people.
Have we been
They might
standing
have
out?
some stuff.
Have we been standing out in the open pretty much, just like
Yes.
pretty visible?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to find any cover to go in if there is anybody there. We might as well just walk up. We've given ourselves away already.
Well, if it's just Earth First, I doubt they're actually going to be violent towards us. I was worried it was more this other group that we were dealing with.
Yeah, North Wind bastards.
Yeah, but
Fucking
maybe-
shoving rocks.
if they're if that camp's trashed, it might have been by the North Wind. Although I don't know why they'd be fighting each other.
Mm.
Oh, we just approach with caution.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be in the back.
You're you're approaching the camp. At 50 feet from it, you can definitely see that maybe there was some sort of somebody vandalized their tents. Their tents are ripped. Some of them are pulled out of the ground. You can see bits of red cloth here and there. You're moving forward. You're 20 feet, 10 feet. You can see that something came into their camp and tore it up completely. And I'd like everybody to do an intelligence roll.
Regular success.
I
Wow.
got
High
mine.
success.
61 out of 65.
Yeah,
I got an extreme success with a not 5.
35 out of 75. So.
So those of you who passed, you all passed, it looks like. As you're walking up, who got the extreme? Was that Stephen?
Yep, Stephen.
Stephen, you're the first one to walk up, and you realize first that the red bits of cloth here and there are not cloth. They are what's left of the Earth First people. They have been ripped to pieces their skin thrown in the little shards all over the place. The trees inside here are bathed in blood. There is blood and gore and guts and bones everywhere, in addition to torn up tents and everything. You can all do sanity rolls.
Holy shit.
Dear God.
What the hell is going
You can't spend luck for a sanity roll, can you?
No.
Dang it.
Actually, I think you can.
I
Can you?
succeeded.
It's up to you. If not,
68
it's okay.
out
I
of
can just leave it.
45.
Yeah, hard success.
27 out of 39 regular success.
I failed.
You can all do well. If you passed, take 1 point of damage. If you didn't, 1d4.
What threshold do you want to know about, Tom? I just passed 10%.
20%.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
I took 2 more points. I've taken 4 total today.
Okay. You're looking around. Something came into this camp and ripped it to shreds, ripped everybody here. You find bits and pieces of people.
What the hell?
What is going on out here?
These fucking terrorists are brutal, Harvey. You didn't have us prepped for any of this shit.
Yeah, what the hell, man? I've
only
never
just
seen
went-
anyone ripped apart by some animal. This is somebody did this deliberately.
The Talton tribe is the one we've been had fights with. We've only heard about the North Wind, not much. I mean, if they're terrorists, these are terrorists, or what? I don't even know.
Well, why would they hurt friendly eco-protesters? Surely they're in the same boat. One's violent, one's peaceful. But
They just agree on ways to protest. I don't have any clue. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this sure as hell wasn't a bear doing this.
No,
Yeah.
No.
No,
no, because something did it to the bear as well.
something's
we
wrong.
need to go to the pumping station. We need to get rescue team out here. We need to get military and get them out here as soon as
No.
possible.
The
No
problem
kidding.
The problem
This is above my pay grade.
What, DJ?
Stephen, Benjamin, and Harvey and everyone. The problem is, what if we get there and they're all slaughtered as well? What if it's like this?
We'll find some communications and get rescue.
Yeah, we have communication. We can give somebody a call and backup or help or something.
Or if not, they were all dead.
And to be honest, if it's broken, I can fix it. But
I like your
it's not that
enthusiasm there, Harvey.
Oh, it's just being real.
Just to have a dry bed tonight before we have to keep walking somewhere else? There you go.
Is there anything here salvageable? Like just looking around at a cursory glance?
Do a spot check-in if you want to.
As well, see if anything's good.
Might as well
Hey, I got a 1. I got a 1.
All right, we'll get back to you.
Give me the $1 million.
What did anybody else get?
I'm not doing it. It just seems too morbid to me. I'm not looking through all this shit.
44 out of 65.
I got a 30 out of 65, so a hard success.
A hard success. All right.
Just a regular.
DJ, anything?
Nope, I failed.
Okay, you failed. So Benjamin, you're looking around and you see something lying in the snow. It looks like it had been tossed there. You reach down and pick it up, and it is a video camera. The kind that has a VHS tape inside of it.
Okay.
Stephen, you're looking around and you find in a just next to one of the tents, looks like it might have been a girl's tent because there's bits and pieces of girls' clothing there. You find a journal. And
Pick that up. A bit of light reading.
I'll get to Harvey in a second. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna say, hey, I found something. I found a camera, guys.
Cool. Throw it on the sled. Let's check it out when we get to the pumping station.
Yeah. Good
You don't want to look now, just to double check and make sure nothing like what they might have run into, or
Not really. No, I want to get the hell out of this place. Is what I want to do.
Watch it.
I don't want to
Harvey's
be
still
here any
looking.
longer either. So
I'll give it a quick look because I can go as a.
Yeah, look at it while you walk.
Yeah, I'll give
Okay.
it
Yeah.
a quick look.
hopefully the cold hasn't drained the batteries. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
A quick look, and you realize that there are 8 hours of footage that have been
Fuck.
put onto this VHS tape. So you can't look at it all at the moment.
Oh wow.
Oh,
It
come on.
looks like they're in the thing. They're setting up their camp and they're laughing and they're chit chatting with one another,
Yeah,
and
they all
that's about all you see before you realize that there's
they
8
all
hours
look-
of this shit.
They all
It's
look
the-
happy, guys. And
it's
it's
the-
8 hours.
It's the end of the tape that you're going to want to look at, probably.
Is it a porno? What is it?
They're just them building up a
Oh.
tent and stuff, and
Yes.
people jumping around.
Yeah. Just throw it on the sled. Let's get going. Keep your eyes up so you don't freaking walk into a tree or into a hole.
Fine.
Harvey,
Yeah, wash.
your food radar boop 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 is going off, and you realize that what they've done is they've built their own little like snow igloo cave thing that they've kept all of their supplies. So as you're going along, you realize that looks like a food cache there. And you sort of clear it off, and sure enough, it is in fact a food cache. There's quite a bit of stored food. Looks like these kids, now that you've seen some of the video, they all look like they're in their teens or 20s. They brought plenty of snacks and things like that. Do a luck roll.
This is where we see Harvey do the thing that everyone does in championship poker.
Yeah. All
Bring
your
all
foods
the
belong
chips.
to me. Nope, not even close.
Okay. So you're looking at all this food, and in fact, you do reach for it, and suddenly, as you are reaching for this food, your head, you're staring down at the food. You suddenly sort of look up a little, and you find that you are face to face with another person. And both of you at the same time scream and jump back. All right.
I'm not going to scream loud right now.
You guys all see this happen. You don't see inside the ice cave, but you see him
Harvey?
jump back.
Bring my,
You all right?
Bring
Harvey?
my wrench up.
And you hear
Harvey?
2 people scream. I mean, you hear Harvey and
What the fuck? I've run over with my wrench. I just run
He's
I
probably
run
like
over,
on his back,
shotgun
like
ready,
backpedal,
just
like crab walking backwards, like
Got
But what
the
happened?
man, person.
Person? Oh, great.
person.
What?
And he's like, wait, yeah, person.
Okay.
You can figure out what happened here. Maybe they have an idea what happened.
I check it out with my wrench.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably like backwards and like on the ground, not moving, like.
all right.
Yeah, I go and check it out.
So you well, what do you do?
I'll walk over and like try to like peek in and be like, "Hey,
Okay.
what's going on?"
You can see there's a guy. He's in a winter coat. He looks like he's maybe around 20, and he's sort of cowering in the back. And he's like, "Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!"
We're not gonna hurt
We ain't
you.
gonna hurt you.
All right.
Come on out and come talk to us. Tell us what happened.
Well, I've already walked in and probably walking towards
Oh,
him.
I'm like probably at the door.
Who are you people? Who are you?
We're with the pumping station.
We're
Don't
ex-con.
worry. I put my wrench away,
Right.
and I'm like,
Right.
man,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah. All right.
We're not
all
gonna
right.
hurt you.
So he starts to climb out. He says, back up.
No, okay, man. Yeah.
All right.
See.
So he sticks his head out and sort of looks around at you, and you can see that he's shaking, and he starts to climb out of the of the hole.
What's your name?
Bill. William.
Bill?
Bill.
Okay, Bill. What?
Can you tell us what happened here?
Yeah.
It's like it was bears. I was getting food and they came into the camp and they started. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Like bears did this.
Bears. They were big. They were bears. They were like bears.
Like bears.
I don't.
Were bears.
I don't know. It was horrible.
It's fine, man.
It was all this screaming.
I go to
all right.
I gotta comfort him because I just put my arm. I'm like, it's gonna be okay, man.
That's enough, lad.
You can stay with us. We'll keep you safe. It's fine.
We need to.
Don't worry.
We need to get out of here.
We do. We're heading towards the pumping station. We're going to call for help.
And then
We're gonna get back up here.
And then we'll get you out of here. Don't worry.
Are you with Earth First with this campfire?
Oh yeah. I was there. No. I'm not really with them. I'm a videographer, a cameraman. I was filming their. They were going to have a protest, and it was. Oh my god!
Man, don't worry.
Damn.
Cameraman. I'm gonna go grab that camera. Actually, is this your camera?
I have my arm around him. I'm trying to keep him up. If he
and he's like, yeah. That's my camera.
Did you video what happened here?
No. I was in there. I told you I was in there. I didn't. I stayed in there.
I'm gonna mess with it and just fast forward all the way up.
Hey, Joseph.
Yeah.
I like creep him around to the cache and be like, this is horrible, but.
No, we're close to the pumping station, but it may not hurt to take some stuff. I mean,
you're the guy with the backpacks, right?
Well, I got the backpack and the sled, but I can only take so much before it gets cumbersome. Yeah.
Bill,
He's
you'll
like,
be okay with us.
Yeah.
You'll be okay with us, Bill. We'll get you safely. Where are you from, Bill?
Harvey, can we take him back? You're not gonna bust this kid if we take him back to the pumping station, are you? Let's just get him the hell out of here.
Oh, I don't even know how. Like, are there snowmobiles in this camp? Is there any signs of how they got way out here in the first place?
Actually, it doesn't say.
Maybe they got dropped off.
Maybe they could have gotten dropped off.
Because, like, where the hell did they come from? But anyway, you'd be like, no. Obviously, human person.
They could have come from Telegraph Creek. Is it Telegraph Creek? Yeah.
All right, but Harvey's like, no. He's like taking this guy's food. He's like, no, he can come with us.
So,
Fine, Bill, man.
Why don't you tell him that? See if we can't get him walking with us, but let's not stay here. Let's just not stay around.
I'm keeping close to Bill, and
Trust me, I believe he's perfectly fine with leaving the area.
he's going to sort of cling on to DJ. Okay. Because DJ's being nice to him and he's scared.
I've got my wrench out for extra protection.
Right.
Protect him with your holy wrench. We shall carry on.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to move forward. You still have about a mile to go, which is not a lot. It takes you another 45 minutes to an hour before you are coming up towards the pumping station. The pumping station is a fairly large fenced-in area, about maybe 250 feet in one direction and maybe 150 feet in the other of fence. You do notice that bits of the fence have been damaged and that the gates on the western side, which is as you're approaching it, is where you're coming from, have been torn off the hinges. You are coming in where number 8 is. I'll just go down the line. Number 1 building is the maintenance shack. Number 2 building is the personnel quarters. Number 3 is the pump building itself. Number 4 is the supply building. Number 5 is offices. Number 6 is a garage. Number 7 is the supply dump, and then the east gate and west gate. Some of the buildings are 2 stories. Some of the buildings are 2 stories.
Unfortunately, I'm going to need to have somebody relay that to me because I wasn't able to screenshot it. I couldn't find out how.
Okay. I will send that. I'll send it to you after the game. But I'll send it to you.
Everybody here but Billy's been in the military, right? And maybe Harvey, were you a military guy?
Nope.
That situation over there doesn't look right. I don't think we should just walk up.
Yes, you can see that the door to a couple of these buildings have been torn off.
Jesus.
And they're metal doors.
Not look right at all.
No, it doesn't. Looks like this place has been ransacked and destroyed.
And those are metal doors, right?
Yep.
Jesus, those guys are freaking bulky. Be able to tear that off.
Honestly, we just need to get a radio area.
Right.
Are there tire tracks at all, like big vehicles? Are there scorch marks like they used explosives? Anything like that?
You don't see anything like that. There is a big dish on the roof of one of the buildings. I forget which one, maybe the personnel building.
Any vehicles at all?
Not that you can see. There is a garage.
Any sign of electricity, like I don't know, a building light or something?
An electric light on? You don't see any at the moment, no.
Maybe, can we tell if, I'm assuming we can't tell if there's any power running. Is there power?
You can't tell.
Yeah.
You guys are technically you're outside the gate.
Okay, cool.
We hear.
The way we're going to know is if we walk in and flip a switch.
Well, do we hear anything like the pumps going? Any like mechanical things moving?
You do not. Now the pumps were due to be started 10 days ago.
That's true.
Communication was lost, so the pumps are not going.
Okay. Well, there's definitely a place where the employees live. That's like their living quarters, and we have to be careful. But I say we get there. That would be where all the food, water, heat, all that would be, and people if there's any left.
But shouldn't we check go check the radio, see what's going on, and
maybe the building with the dish?
Yeah,
it's probably that.
If you want to start there, okay.
Yeah, it'd be the best start.
If there is no power, we can get power to the station.
I'm sure we can find a generator somewhere if we don't have any power running.
Yeah, it won't be too hard to put it back on.
Not to mention the motivation of having decent heat, eh?
You think we just stroll right in?
No, we need to take it slow, I think.
Give me a moment to see which room
Even Harvey's now bringing out his little 22 bolt action at this point.
I've got my wrench.
I got it, guys. Don't worry.
I've got my wrench, guys. It's fine.
You and your Thor's hammer wrench there.
Joseph, you know how to use a handgun?
I do, or a rifle, either one.
Okay, here.
I would. I just look at you. I look at Benjamin like, don't give it to. Look at, he's a wreck.
I think all of us have served, but Harvey, I think. All of our characters have served in some way.
No, I haven't. I was just a hunter.
Ah.
I was never military. I was actually a Bobby.
Ah.
Is that the Beretta, Benjamin?
Yeah, it's a Beretta.
Okay.
All right. So as you're coming through gate, the west gate, directly to your right is the office. The office seems to be 2 stories high, and there is an attachment to the supply building on the 2nd floor, not on the 1st. So there's a way you can get from one building to the other. Still looking through this. It looks like that the big dish is on building 3, which is the pump building. I think that's right. You can see there are a lot of details in the map. And the personnel is number 2. So as you're coming through the gate, you can see that that small office building is on your right. On your left looks to be the garage. There are large metal garage doors that are pulled down. Do a spot hidden as you're walking there.
35 out of 65.
39 out of 40. So that is a success.
14 out of 65. I believe that's is that hard? Yeah.
Okay. Those of you who passed, metal garage doors are fairly common, fairly even. You've seen them 1,000 times. It looks like there are definitely some indentations at random sort of places on one of the doors. A closer look, and you can see that somebody inside must have been firing a gun, and they were making bullet indentations, not penetrations, through the thumb. You can also see that that same door is buckled out a little, as if something big and heavy inside smashed against it.
Fuck.
Jesus
What is
Christ.
going on, man? Fuck.
Part of me wants to go in there. Another part does not want to look in there at all.
Maybe we shouldn't for now.
No.
Maybe we'll
There's just been a truck that backed into a that's inside.
Or an explosion. Maybe something caught on fire. A can of oil blew up or something.
maybe
That's
we
entirely
deal with that
possible. If
later.
a bullet caused a ricochet and caused sparks.
True.
You
Yeah.
don't see any evidence of fire.
They have a vehicle in there.
Black box,
They
no
backed into it.
It could be a vehicle, although it's not like on the bottom, it's in the middle of the door.
Huh.
Like somebody has a heavy ass kick they can put into that.
Well, good luck opening it from the outside or inside anymore. With it buckled, it's only going to go so far and then stop.
All right, so you're continuing in.
Be right back.
Do you need a break? Let's take a 2-minute break.
2 minutes later.
I'm correct. It's on the pump building that there's a radio tower. All right. It's got 2 stories, and it's a radio tower on top. All right. So where were you heading again?
Harvey's in like the back of the group with his gun up, like I don't even care.
I've got my arm around Bill, wrench in hand.
Okay. And you are between building 6 and, well, you're in front of building 6, between 6 and 3. 3 has the radio tower on it, and the personnel building is number 2 next to it. Which one were you going to go to? You're seeing this damage that's done to the doors on the garage.
Doesn't look like explosives or vehicles drove through it.
It looks like somebody inside was shooting at something that bashed against the door. Something big.
6 is right out.
Yeah, we're not gonna check that out anytime soon. Maybe
5 would be good, which is the office. But if you guys want to go right for the satellite and communications, then 3.
yeah, I guess.
I would rather we pick up communications straight away.
communication.
Yeah, try to get a hold of someone and get someone out here.
And if the communication are damaged, I can fix them. So, well, hopefully, as long as it's not too damaged.
So pump 3 is the pump building that has the radar, but it's also the pump room, radio shack, the battery room. So it looks like it's everything we want to check out first, right? All the stuff.
Yeah.
Power. Let's do that then, hey?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Let's do it.
All right. So you're heading towards the pump station. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So you're heading towards the pump station, and as you come up to it, you can see that the storm shutters on the building are all closed, and they're very similar to the garage doors. They're metal shutters that come down and keep the window from being damaged in case of a storm. They're all down, so you can't see in the windows. You can see that the door has been once again torn off the edges, and I'd like you all to do spot hidden rolls.
29 out of 40.
Nope.
That's a pass.
I
22
failed
out of
this time.
65.
I failed.
We're counting.
I passed.
Okay.
Mine's a hard.
DJ stops dead in his tracks and sort of grabs hold of you for you all to stop, and he points up at the wall near the door,
With my
and
wrench.
you can see there are scratch marks about the same distance apart as on the bear near the door frame that have dug into the concrete and left a big gash in the cement.
In the concrete?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Jesus.
What kind of weapons does the North Wind have?
Are you
That's
okay?
that's
Are you
no
okay,
normal
Bill?
bear, man.
Oh,
Oh, it's man-made. It's got to be man-made.
Let's just get in now.
Uh-huh.
so let's get in there. Let's figure out what's going on.
What's that guy's name that's with us?
Bill.
Bill? What's he like right now?
He's
I'm
looking
holding
around
on.
the way you are, and he's shaking.
I've
And
got my arm around him, so.
yeah, he's kind of holding on to DJ.
Don't worry, Bill. Don't worry. We'll get. Comes from the guy who was panicking about a few
says-
hours ago.
He says to you, he says, how are we going to get out of here?
Well, we're gonna check communications. We're gonna see if we can get hold of anyone, and we'll find a way to get you out of here. At least.
We got to hurry. We got to get out of here.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry, we're gonna call for help. And
Bears can't fit inside this building. We're safe inside.
Right. You go through the door.
I would say bears can open doors, but there's no door.
You go through the door, and you see that this is a single large room. There is a door on the north side of it, and this is the battery room. There are 9 very large battery units that are designed to make sure that the power doesn't fail on the pumping station at any time when it's running.
Do they look intact?
They look like they're fairly well intact. However, do a spot hidden for me.
24, that's a pass.
All right. You notice that there are bullet marks in here.
Oh, shit.
How's it looking, DJ?
Well,
See, man.
if you look, there's bullet holes, so...
You do notice
hopefully.
also there is a low hum sound inside this room, an electrical sort of hum.
Oh, shit. I need to figure out where that humming's coming from.
It's coming from the batteries.
I will. Can I
Oh,
do
okay.
a check on? Can I do a check on the back? Like,
Well, yeah, it's pretty obvious. There's an electrical hum,
Yeah.
like you'd expect from an electrical.
So they're still functioning.
Okay, a normal hum.
Correct.
Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
Jesus,
I
Mary,
thought
Joseph.
when you said hum,
This is nuts.
I automatically assumed it was a bad hum, not a good hum.
Well, you're the engineer. Geez.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you have electrical engineering?
Yeah, I have electrical and mechanical.
Yeah. Roll your electrical engineering.
Because I prepared him as.
I
just
forget
an
that you're an
engineer.
engineer.
14, so that is a pass on
Yeah.
whichever one.
When you look at it, you can there's a grid. You can tell that it seems a bit damaged, but at least one building in here is drawing a lot of electricity,
Okay.
probably for heating and electricity. So
Okay,
something in this compound is still got electricity going to it.
All right. So what I seem to find out, guys, is something is still using this electricity. There's a large consumption of it coming from somewhere. I can't exactly tell you where, but
You're thinking possibly the machine shop.
okay. Well, I hypothesize it's coming from the machine shop area.
Should we turn it off? Is it going to drain these batteries?
Would it drain? Would it hurt to turn them off?
I don't know. You don't know what it's doing, so.
Okay. No, without knowing what it's actually doing, I can't advise against turning it off.
Okay.
Well, so we need to investigate the machine shop then.
Yeah.
Find out what's running it.
I guess that's priority at the minute, but I would like to check out the radio and stuff.
Let's do, please. And if there's no power going to it, then we can check out the machine shop, see what's taking the energy.
Can someone take Bill, please? Because I feel like I might be a bit more needed here than.
So where are you from, Bill?
I'm from. Where am I from?
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What a shocking experience.
he is from somewhere.
Were you in university?
He's from Seattle. He says, yeah, I was in university in Seattle.
So your video's part of a university project?
Yeah.
I'm just going to chat him up so I can distract him for a while.
All right. It's a university project. And then there was the attack. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here as quickly as we can.
Absolutely right. Yeah, and it looks like you still got some of your project, although you're probably going to have to edit that a bit.
Oh, we should be looking at the end of the tape too.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
You have time to do it now. I'll go with DJ here up ahead. I have some experience with heavy machinery and electrical works. I'll figure things out with him.
Joseph, do a psych roll.
That's a stretch. No way. 90 over 10 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bill just seems really afraid.
Yeah. I was really just hoping to do some babysitting, take him off DJ's hands for a bit. I didn't have an agenda or something in mind.
Right. All right. The only other door leading out of here goes north. You step through that door, and it is the tool room. The tool room. There are dozens of large tools. There's steel workbenches. There's lockers. There's a set of stairs in this room that have a sign indicating that they lead up to the radio shack. There is a 1 foot diameter pipe that passes through the middle of this room. It's suspended off the floor, about 3 feet off the floor. There are several barrels with labels indicating that they contain machine grease and cleaning agents. The room is mostly undisturbed. There is another door leading out of it that is marked pump room.
Well, at least if we need anything, we know where it is. Hopefully. Let's go to the radio, Harvey.
All right. As you, these are metal stairs with that sort of diamond pattern grip on them. DJ, you're going up first?
Yeah.
All right.
With my wrench.
DJ, you take maybe 4 or 5 steps up this, and your eye begins to come level with the landing above you. And you can see that it is dripping with red.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Harvey. We have a bit of a problem. I can't hear you, Harvey.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking maybe we should have checked out the pump room first, but it's okay. We'll get to it.
It's fine.
You can also smell the blood.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Am I like coming up, like getting like near you? Like what? What is it then?
Blood, man.
You can see the door to the radio shack has been pulled off its hinges, and there is blood.
I keep going because I'm intrigued, and I've got my wrench. Harvey's behind me. He's got a gun. I assume he knows how to use it because he's got it. So.
Yep. Wait. So where's Steven at this point? Because Benjamin is looking at the tape. Joe has Bill.
I'm watching the open door.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I don't know if you were right behind us or not. So.
No, it's just
blood all over the floor with the iron smell in the air.
Right.
And you're going to just walk through it.
As you approach the door, and yes, you are in the sticky blood on the floor.
Oh, fuck me.
You look into the radio shack, and there is a terrifying amount of blood that is splattered on the walls and the equipment.
Fuck.
And there is something, presumably a man, that is in a chair that is it's difficult to tell for sure because of the it's almost unimaginable what's happened in this room. Do a sanity roll.
Fuck me.
I think I'm still outside the door, but I'm kind of creeping up behind.
Okay.
Somehow I succeeded, considering how low my sanity is.
Okay. I'll say that you're sort of getting used to the gore and the blood. So take just 1 point of sanity damage. And as you step in, you can see that this person, he's basically had his chest and abdomen torn open, and his bodily organs have been ripped out and flung around the room.
Harvey, stay by the door, Harvey, man.
His bloody head is leaning back at an unnatural angle, and it's only hanging onto his body by a bit of sinew.
Fuck. Damn.
So it's bad in there. Is what you're saying.
Yes, it's bad, man. It's bad. Don't just stay by the door. I want to check
Don't worry.
the room.
All right.
I know there's loads of blood, but I want to check anything salvageable. Can anything work? I doubt it, but
It's got to be something. We got to make it happen.
you almost don't know how to deal with this. You kind of try to move the chair a little bit out of your way, and when you do, the last little bit of skin and sinew rips loose. The head falls on the door, and it rolls towards Harvey, standing next to the door. Harvey, you can do your sanity roll.
oh fuck.
That was so cruel.
Harvey.
Ah! All right. I mean, I don't even come close to making it. No. My sanity sucks right now.
Yeah, don't worry, we're both in the same boat, pretty much.
All right, take a 1d4.
How much? Oh, perfect. I'll just take 3 more. That's no big deal.
What's your sanity on, Harvey?
I'm at I have 26 sanity left. I've taken 7 points sanity tonight.
I am at 31 points of sanity. So,
I win, I guess. So I see the head roll up through the door frame and it's like looking at me now.
oh fuck.
I
Yeah.
shoot it. No. We're probably like
Harvey, man. Harvey, man, it's just a head, man. It's just a head.
what's used to be attached to a body.
Man, I'm trying not to think about it. I kind of hold back because I want to throw up, but he holds it back. Ah, fuck.
All right. There are in this room a number of electrical tools. There are some maps on the wall of the area. There is a table with what looks like a CB radio, a couple of CB hand radios. There is a bank of instruments that look like they have to do with the weather. And there is a large radio, but there is a red light blinking on it that seems to indicate that it is offline.
Okay. Can I figure out how to get it back online? Because I don't know. Can
Yeah.
I check the radio? Also, the CB handsets, do they work?
The CB handsets do work.
I throw
And
one
from
to
what you
Harvey.
know, they have a couple of miles at the most.
How many
their
are there?
range.
2.
There are
It says.
2.
Harvey, take one. We'll give it to Steven when we get down, and I'll hold on to the other.
Are they like walkie-talkies?
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Well, what about that red light there? I mean, at least we have power to it. That means we get it back online.
I'm checking it now, Harvey. Give me a second. I
I'll help
do
you.
so much, man.
Well, just gotta get it done.
Yeah,
I got some.
you from your best guess, it could take a few hours to get it back up and working.
guess I go to Harvey. Harvey, go tell the others that it will take us a few hours, but I'm gonna start working on it now.
I'm gonna be back to help you in a minute. Hey, don't get any blood up. What am I saying? We're gonna be covered with it by the end of the day.
However, I am worried about that power consumption though. But I priorities at the minute.
I'll help you figure it out.
It's up to you, Harvey, really. Radio or check with that power consumption.
No, let's get to radio.
Okay.
We'll handle the power consumption later, but I will help you. We'll get it done faster. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And he goes to find Steven and give him the what's up.
And I start working.
Stephen and Joseph and Benjamin are down the stairs. And you tell them what's up.
Don't mention the body and the blood. I just come down with the other CB radio, and we're going to work on the radio. And I'll be up here helping him because I know a little bit what to do.
Do you happen to know if it's a third wave?
What do you mean?
Is it CB third wave?
Hold on, let me see what it said.
3-wave radio?
Despite the ant. Oh, it's something you would know.
Hey,
Like, if you're
hey,
asking
hey,
Harvey, he's like,
Hey,
Oh
Steven,
yeah,
come
you're
in.
holding your
Anyone?
receiver
Come
in
in.
your hand, aren't you?
yeah, he's like,
I don't know, what does that mean?
It's a CB. And of course, Harvey's carrying one. I just realized he's carrying one. At that point,
I go, anyone come in?
Stephen would open up his pack and pull up his one that he had left from the 2 that he brought.
mm.
It
Tell me
says, the text says large CB hand radios on charging brackets.
So
What channel are you on?
I'm assuming they're probably both set to the same channel. So.
Oh yeah, so I guess whatever set it's on, he's clicking on.
Hey, Harvey, come in. I
We got you,
probably
DJ.
got-
Hey, DJ, we got you. Eh? You got a
Okay.
third one here. I
Okay.
still hand it to you. I'm like, here, you have 2 down here. I'm gonna go back up with him, get the radio working.
I suggest maybe if someone already has one, give it to the other security, Benjamin.
right, Ben.
Thanks, Cross. I was looking at the last hour of the camera. Did I see anything?
Do a spot hidden for me.
25 out of 65. That's a hard.
Okay, so you got a hard. So, where are you? Are you just downstairs? And you're?
I'm just downstairs to I'm probably close to Steven, but Cross, but I'm not really in the way or anything. Just kind of by myself.
It's the 1980s. Let's just assume that there is a little thing on the side of the camera so that you can watch it, as you're playing it back. I don't know if they had that yet.
Well, the
Finder.
all you would have to do is look through the visor and watch it through that.
Right, but we'll say that you're watching it on a little square.
Oh, fold out
Whatever.
viewfinder. Yeah.
New technology for the day. So you're watching it, and it seems that it's just footage of these people setting up their camp. They're talking about how they want to protest the pipeline, that their plans are to somehow get into the facility and handcuff themselves to the equipment and things like that. But as you're watching this, you're not sure you see it at first, but something catches your eye and you play it back. And in the forest behind these kids, you see something move from one tree to another. You see it just for a second as it moves. But it looks like it's about 8 feet tall and covered in white fur. And it does not look like a bear. It looks like a Sasquatch, an abominable snowman, a Yeti, whatever you imagined that to be.
Holy shit!
What?
You guys all hear him.
What's going on down there? What's going
There's
on?
there's an abominable snowman looking thing on here. You said you seen something that was white the other day, right, Cross? 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 looking bear things on the ridge, yeah?
Well, there's one on this camera. It's out in the ridge and we're between the trees here. I had it paused or he can take a look. Does that look like what you saw the other day?
That's not a fucking bear, mate. That's
Benjamin, I think
else.
you can do a sanity roll too.
Okay. I was wondering that.
Sanity.
18 out of 44.
Okay, you just both take 1.
Okay.
I'm slowly getting my sanity whittled away. compared to 2 others I'm not going to mention.
You also realize that you have in your hands possible serious evidence of Bigfoot or whatever he is in the winter.
Whatever this is.
Yeah.
By that point, Harvey's back up top, and did they tell us upstairs in the CB, or is it just conversation downstairs?
You heard Benjamin probably downstairs say something, but you're too far away and you're too busy maybe to pay attention.
I want to be far away and not hearing it. I want to be up with DJ working on this.
Benjamin, when you say that, Bill sort of jumps. Like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? You see one?
Yeah, wherever you like it's on your camera, man.
He comes running forward and grabs the camera from you and fiddles with it for a second, and then tries to play back the footage. And he rewinds it, and he tries to get it going forward. And he looks at you and he says, Where did you see it? Where?
And I point right there, out back there.
And he plays it forward, and he looks absolutely horrified. And then hands you back the camera. And he goes over in the corner, and he goes over where Stephen is, and he looks out the door, and he says, "We've got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here."
We will. We're working on it. DJ and Harvey are working on the radios right now to get help.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here, man.
Take a couple of hours, and we'll call for help.
Okay. He looks really scared.
Any chance I can maybe do a psychology roll, see if there's any way I can calm him down?
Sure.
I have a little bit of psychology. A little. That would be a negative. 72 out of 40.
You want to spend any luck?
Basically,
that's a lot of luck
left.
All right. His reaction is more of impatience than in calming down. He really wants to get the fuck out of there.
Well, nothing for it, mate. We got to sit here and wait.
All right.
So just buckle down.
All right. So what do you do next? Now, I assume Harvey and DJ are working on the electrical.
Yeah,
that's going to take a few hours. So what do the other 3 want to do?
Well, hey, we got radios, guys, now. I'm going to say maybe one of us or 2 of us can go. Well, actually, 2 of us can go run out and go look at one of these shacks or anything like that. Salvage anything.
I might have radioed just as me and Harvey were starting. Can one of you guys go check out where the power consumption's coming from? Like that area, just
over the machine shop?
Yeah, just to see what's going on.
I got that.
Cool.
I'll go with you, Stephen.
Anyone else? All right, Joe. What about you, Ben? You, Bill?
I'll stay here and just watch Bill and keep an eye on Harvey and DJ.
Right, just keep your eyes peeled. You got a pair of binoculars?
Yeah, I got some, man.
All right. Keep your eyes peeled. Make sure nobody else or nothing else comes in here, and we'll keep in touch.
All right. Give us a call anything, man.
All right. Give me a second to find that.
Hey ho, hi ho. Soft to die we go. Da 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 da.
I said machine shop. It's not really a machine shop, is it? It's a maintenance shack.
Maintenance shack, machine shop, potato, potato.
This is the one in the garage.
Wait a second. That doesn't look right either. Sorry. Like I said, there's a lot of buildings on this.
There is actually that I remember.
Well, there's two maintenance places. There's garage. Which building? Okay. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Sorry for this.
Oh, yeah,
There is the electricity.
Harvey, you will have seen me change my bandana.
Ooh.
Before we get working, I'll have changed it. You'll notice that in my bag I have like 20 different bandanas.
That's a special
Grabbing some more Dapper Dan. Just
one for repairing.
Yeah.
This one's
My
for repairing,
lucky
this
wrench.
one's for dinner. This one's for supper.
Lucky wrench, lucky bandana.
That's okay. I don't even know what to say. He's just like, you got another one there? No, I'm just kidding.
I throw you a pink one.
Oh, all right.
Hey,
Just
we'll
don't-
be able to spot you in a whiteout.
He's like, he thinks it's a good idea, but not to realize the enemy will be able to spot him as well. But doesn't think about that. He just grabs some tools, gets to work, follows DJ's lead, but
Yeah.
he will help.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I prepped him as an engineer rather than just one of them. So.
Actually, I didn't even think about it. I must have changed the way I thought about him halfway through, but he took some electrical engineering or electrical repair. That's what I took. Not engineering specifically. So I don't know if there's any way I can assist you, but I guess that's pretty much what I'll try to do.
It'd be better than nothing.
Yeah.
Follow your lead anyway and see if you can double time it.
Okay. All right. I realize that there's more to the map. All right. You find, I'm just going to make this convenient. You find a plan on the wall, basically a map of the entire facility. There are basically 3 floors. One is underground. So what you see, this is what you were originally looking at. Okay. That's the ground level. If you look at the upper levels, you see this. I'm sorry, this is underground. My mistake. So the main machine shop is underground, underneath the other shack, and then the top levels are this.
Wow. They put us engineering boys underground. Wow.
So you've got upper floors as well. So the way it works is the machine shop is underneath the garage, and you will have to go to the garage and then go downstairs to get to the machine shop.
Remember when I said that I had a mixed feeling that I did not want to go in there, but want to go in there at the same time?
You guys make any progress on your way?
We're going to have to go in the garage.
Well, with any luck, we'll just find some vehicles and get the hell out of here.
Where do you?
Wait.
Where's the where is the maintenance? Where is it?
The machine shop appears to be underneath the garage. We also need to see if we perhaps can check on the snowcats, see if they're functioning at all.
Okay, well, once we're done here, we'll come and meet you, because I assume I will have to do some more tinkering around here.
True that.
There's an
All right.
ominous wind in the background.
Dude.
Well, actually, since it's almost 8, why don't we call it there, and we'll pick up. So you're going to go to the maintenance or the garage, and then to the into the basement. If you've noticed on there, there's also connecting tunnels underneath the ground, so you might not necessarily have to go outside. We'll check those afterwards. But yeah, we'll call it there and then continue next week. Our players included Fred Carter, Lucas crying out loud. Am I ever going to get your name right, Lucas? Glasshauer, right? Our players included Fred Carter, Lucas Glasshauer, Josh Harwood, Jeff Beck, and Dakota Davis, with yours truly as the keeper of the secrets. We currently are producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.